In video 2, we're going to be taking a look at pages Excel 84 and 85, which is entitled Moving and Resizing a Chart. Charts and graphics, or drawn objects, are not located in specific cell or in a specific cell or at a specific range address. An object is an independent element on a worksheet. You can select an object by clicking within its borders, sizing handles around the object which indicated that it's selected. You can move a selected chart object anywhere on a worksheet without affecting the formulas or data in the worksheet. However, any data changed in the worksheet is automatically updated in the chart. You can resize a chart to improve its appearance by dragging its sizing handles. You can even move a chart to a different sheet, and it will still reflect the original data. Chart objects contain other objects such as title and legend, which you can move and resize. In addition to repositioning chart elements to set locations using commands on the Layout tab, you can freely move any object just by using the mouse. All you have to do is simply select it and then drag it or cut and paste it to a new location. When the mouse pointer hovers over any chart object, such as the legend over here or the title on there, the name of the selected object appears as a screen tip. So we see that right there. There is the chart title, and over here there is our legend entry that's on there as well. So let's take a look at step 1 now on page 84. And step 1 tells us to make sure that the chart is still selected. So we want to make sure that this little blue border is still around our chart. And it says, then position the pointer over the chart. Now the pointer shape, which you see right now, indicates that you can move the chart object or use a sizing handle to resize it. For a table of commonly used graphic object pointers, you need to take a look on page Excel 85 and look at table D2, in which there is a series of pointers on there in which it describes its use. Now on step 2, it tells us that we want to position our mouse pointer on a blank area near the top left edge of the chart. We're going to press and hold the left mouse button, and we're going to drag the chart until its upper left corner is at the upper left corner of cell A16. So we're just going to click and drag this down right to here. Now you have to do this in a blank area, such as this upper left corner. Because if you don't, it's going to end up moving something else. For an example, if I would do this, notice how it moves everything else. So you don't want to click inside of any object. You want to make sure that you click just in the corner on there in a blank area. You will not see a screen tip when you're in a blank area of the chart. Once we move that down to A16 on there, we need to go and do step 3. And step 3 tells us that we want to position our pointer on the right middle sizing handle until it changes into a double arrow. Now that double arrow means that we can resize this chart. It tells us then we're going to drag this right edge of the chart until it hits the edge of column G. So that's a way of making your chart a little bit bigger, a little bit easier to read. Of course, now our chart has been widened. In number 4, it tells us to position the mouse pointer over the upper middle sizing handle until it turns into an up and down resizing, and we're going to drag this up till it's at the top of row 15. So once again, we've resized the chart. On step 5, it tells us to scroll down if necessary, so we'll scroll down just a little bit there so that we can see row 26. And it tells us that we want to position the pointer over the lower middle sizing handle until it turns into a double arrow. Then we want to click and drag this up so that it's lined up with the bottom of row 26. Of course, you can move any object on a chart. You want to align the top of the legend with the top of the plot area, and that's what we're going to do next. To do that, we need to go to step 6. And it tells us that we're going to click the legend to select it. Once you select this, you notice that the legend has been selected. It has a little box around it that's on there. Then we're going to press and hold our shift key, and we're going to drag this legend up so that the dotted outline is approximately a 1/4 inch above the top of the plot area. And then we're going to release our shift key. So roughly right there. Of course, when you click the legend, sizing handles appear around it, and legend appears as a screen tip when the pointer hovers over the object. As you drag, a dotted line of the legend border appears. Now, when you press and hold the shift key on there, the horizontal position of the legend is going to be maintained while you move it vertically. So it's not going to move left or right. It's only going to move up and down when you press and hold that shift key. That way, so you don't move it over too far to the left or to the right. It keeps and holds its positioning on there. Now, step 7 tells us that we want to click on cell A12. And we're going to type in United States. So we're going to replace out USA, and we're going to just type in United States. And then we're going to press our enter button. You'll notice that the chart has been automatically updated on there. Of course, we want to use the auto fit for column A. That way, so we can see the whole United States on there. And then we want to press Control Home to go up to cell A1. Now, of course, in this case, the access label changed to reflect the updated cell contents. Now, changing any data in the worksheet modifies the corresponding text or values in the chart. Because the chart is no longer selected, the Chart Tools tab no longer appears on the ribbon, which you see that has been disappeared up here. So go ahead and save your work. And you are ready to move on to video 3, which we're going to be talking about changing the chart design.